What's up, everybody? This is Scott from LeftToeMetal.com, and this is a response video. It's also going to be a what's spinning video, but this is going to be a big one, not a 5 like I usually keep it to. This is a response video to James Dashneer and his 100 plus subscribers contest. James, I actually didn't realize he only had 100 subscribers. I don't pay that much attention to who has how many subscribers or what. I just assumed he had a ton more than that because I thought he had been in the VC a whole lot longer than I had, and so I just assumed he had a whole lot more. But whatever, it doesn't really matter the amount of subscribers. It only matters is if you enjoy your videos, doing your videos, and if people watch them. And James does some cool videos. So his contest was he wanted to see some of your favorite female-fronted bands. Being a metalhead and a hard rock fan, I'm going to stick mostly to the hard rock and heavy metal stuff here, and yeah. So we're going to start right now, and I pulled a bunch of stuff. And this is, there's a lot of bands I could have chosen. These are the ones that came to my mind, and some of you guys have seen my video I did recently with Randy Trog Mishad. Well, him and Trog and I actually talked about this on the phone today, and some of these were, some we talked about together. So yeah. So first I'm going to show a couple more obscure ones. First of all, what's playing in the background? Town Crier. And this is Death by Sin. This was the last album I believe they put out. Everything else they put out before this was all cassettes only. They never did put out anything on vinyl, or this is the only CD they have out. This is kind of thrashy stuff. I really enjoy this album, and I like the last one they put out too. It's like, for the life of me, can't remember what it is. I should have looked it up. But it's a cassette only album, like I said. And then sticking in that kind of obscure one album thing, Slam Cat, El Gato de la Slam. Yeah, this band's out of Texas. Definitely kind of a groove-ish band. Definitely, kind of inspired by King's X, Pantera. Somewhere in between. That's a big between. But groove-based heavy metal, and the band is led by vocalist and guitarist, who is right in the middle, right there. Yeah, right there. And her name, I believe her name was Janice. And I actually played a show with her out in Texas one time, and that's where I know these guys from. Just a second, see if Janice was the correct name. I can't remember her full name, but anyhow, El Gato de la Slam by Slam Cat. And there's a song on here about, hockey, so gotta love that. Heavy metal and hockey put together. Drop the puck. Alright, and then another CD I'm going to show, mostly vinyl, but I'm going to show a few CDs too. I don't have anything on vinyl by these guys, but new wave of British heavy metal band, Acid. This was their second album, and I should have done some research before opening these things up, because I can't remember the names of the singers, and when you talk about female-led bands, you should actually know the name of the singer, right? Kate. She went by one name, Kate. So, yeah. New wave of British heavy metal band, Acid. I'm going to do this quickly because I have a lot to show, and I want to keep this video short. Chastain. Leather Leone was the vocalist, and there's Leather right there, and getting a lot of glare, sorry about that, but there's Leather right there. And yeah, I mean, hate to say it, but she just looks like a badass, like she's going to kick your ass. But she's got a great voice. And of course, Chastain was David T. Chastain, guitar player, who also was in CJSS and released a bunch of solo albums under David T. Chastain. So yeah, this is I believe this is a Leviathan, or this might have been a Leviathan release. So a little more obscure metal band, Leather Angel, all female band. Kind of look like a heavy metal version of the Runaways. Just straightforward heavy metal, good album. I really like this album. Getting a lot of glare in here today. I've got the light coming from outside, so that's why I'm getting so much glare. So just have to deal with it. New wave of British heavy metal band, Girl School, and this is their first album, Demolition. I have most of the Girl School stuff. I love Girl School. This is a great release. Of course, Kelly Johnson, guitar player Kelly Johnson, vocalist Kelly Johnson, passed away several years ago, and she was replaced by. Let's see, I grabbed another CD. Where to go here? In this pile of stuff. Here we go. She was replaced by Jackie Chambers, that's right. So yeah, Jackie Chambers is right there. And this is actually like a 2008, I think it's 2008 release. This album is called Legacy. This is a great CD as well. Don't know if this one's ever released on vinyl. I don't have it on vinyl if it was. Fantastic album, this one here. Besides, you know, one of the longest running all-female bands at, I think, 30 years at this point. This album actually has guest appearances on guitar by Tony Iommi, Phil Campbell from Motorhead, Fast Eddie Clark from Fastway, Motorhead. Who else was on there? JJ French from Twisted Sister. Run James Dio sang a song in here. Lemmy sang a song in here. Neil Murray from Whitesnake. So this is like an all-star event right here. This is a great record. And this was being their first record, Girl School. New wave of British heavy metal band. Very raw, primitive heavy metal. Kind of, I've heard people describe it as biker rock. Whatever. Kind of reminds me of like, they're like the female version of Motorhead. That's kind of what it's like. Not very obscure, but one of my favorites, hard rock bands, Heart. And, I mean, Little Queen, can't go wrong with this album. Really hoping to get, they have a new version of this out with a pink and purple vinyl, really cool looking. I'd like to get a copy of that, don't have it. Actually, I believe James Dashnier does have it, showed it in his video, so fantastic record. So, Heart. This one has, I believe, Barracuda on it, which is a fairly heavy song for when this came out. Then there is one of the original all-female rockers, put together by Kim Fowley, the Runaways. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, when I was a kid, I had a big crush on singer Cherry Curry. There she is in the middle, the blonde. Of course, this is Queens of Noise, their second album. And then when they splintered off, we had Lita Ford. This is high on my want list for vinyl. This is her first album, Out for Blood. This one actually has two different covers. And the CD version of it, you can show either cover, I think. Yeah. Here's the other cover. But the one with this chain spider web is the original cover, and that's the one I prefer. Also, of course, besides Lita Ford having quite a bit of solo success outside the Runaways, there was Joan Jett. This is her first album, Bad Reputation. This is before the Blackhearts, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. But I have most of her stuff on CD, and frankly, it's still my favorite record from her. I like all her stuff, but her first album is just still been my favorite. Keeping up with her so we don't get this video too long. Res Band, originally known as the Resurrection Band in the 70s. This is one of their 80s releases, and this is Wendy Kaiser, who shared guests. There's two vocalists in the band, Glenn Kaiser and Wendy Kaiser, who are husband and wife team. Both shared lead vocal duties. Wendy just did vocals. That's her right there on the front cover. And there she is on the back with her husband Glenn. And this is actually not one of my favorite records by them, but it has my absolute favorite song by them on here, which is called Shadows. Glenn sings on that song, but it's just, look up Shadows by Rez on YouTube if you get a chance. Fantastic song. It's just really emotional. But yeah, Wendy Kaiser, Rez. Keeping up with it here. We're still moving on. What else we got? Okay, this is going to be the last one. Let's do this one first. Hellion. And Ann Bolin, who is right there. Probably one of my favorite female singers in heavy metal. Great bands. Unfortunately, the band was never consistent, but they were always good. She always surrounded herself with great musicians, and she has a great voice. That was an EP, their first EP. This is their first full-length album, I believe. Screams in the Night, which is a great record. And then here's another EP, Postcards from the Asylum. And there's Ann in the front again, Ann Bolin. I have all this stuff on CD as well. And then probably my favorite album from them is, I don't think it's available on vinyl, but The Black Book. Great record, very heavy. Kind of like stuff playing in the background, you know? Heavy and almost haunting at times. A lot of female bands, like you think of like Dixon, kind of weak and poppy, but that's not the case with Hellion. They were just pure heavy metal. So yeah, that's it. So James, hope you enjoyed my entry into your contest. Hope maybe some of those bands you'll check out if you didn't know them already. And that's it for this edition of What's Spinning. And check out James's channel. I'll put a link below. And that's it. God bless. Stay strong.